Hi, my name is Rebecca, and in today's lesson we're going to talk about some capitalization rules. I know it can be quite confusing in English to know which words to capitalize and which words not to capitalize. I hope this lesson will make it a little easier for you to understand and remember those rules. Now, there are many different rules about what to capitalize. In today's lesson, I'm only going to talk about capitalization rules as they apply to names. All right? There are also capitalization rules that apply to titles and many other things. And perhaps we'll have a different lesson at some point about those. In today's lesson, we're just going to talk about the capitalization rules as they apply to names. So let's look at what we mean by that. Okay, so in English, when you mention the name of a person, when you talk about a person's name, then you need to capitalize the first letter of that. So John Smith, the J and the S are capitalized, okay? If you also wrote Mr. Smith, then the S in Smith would be capitalized. All right, so the first letter of a person's name, first name or middle name or last name or middle names, okay, are all capitalized. Next, we are talking about relatives. Now here it's a little bit tricky. If the name that you give to an uncle is Uncle Peter, and that is part of his name, okay? It's almost like a title, but it's really almost a part of his name. Then we do capitalize it. Then we write, Uncle Peter came to visit us this weekend. If you just say, I have an uncle whose name is Peter, in that second example, we do not capitalize the word uncle, because here we're just talking about uncle in general. It's not part of his name. I have an uncle whose name is Peter. So in that sentence, you will only capitalize Peter, the P in Peter, but not the U in uncle. All right? Next one, days. In English, we do capitalize all the days of the week, like here, the M, Monday. We do capitalize the names of the months of the year, all right? The J in January and every other month. We also capitalize the names of holidays. So here we have New Year's Day. That's the entire name of that holiday. So we would capitalize the N and the Y and the D, okay? We also capitalize the names of streets. So you would capitalize the name of the street itself as well as the word, the S in the word street. So King Street, you capitalize the K and the S. Of course, when I say streets, there are many words in English for the word street. For example, road, boulevard, avenue, or lane. And each of these, the first letter would also be capitalized because it's considered a part of the name of that street or road, etc. Okay? Names of cities are always capitalized in English, like here in Madrid. Names of states are capitalized, as in California, right? And names of countries are always capitalized in English. For example, Saudi Arabia, okay? So even if the name has two words in it, you would capitalize both of them, the S in Saudi and the A in Arabia. Now, one exception is that if you have a name like the Philippines. If you have a name like the Philippines, then the P in Philippines is capitalized, but the is not capitalized because in that case, it's not part of the name, okay? If we say the USA, the United States of America, the is not capitalized. The T in the is not capitalized, but United, the U, States, the S, off is not capitalized, and America, the A. All right? When I come back, we're going to look at names of a few other things which we also capitalize. All right? Okay, so let's continue with some more names that you need to capitalize in English. we need to capitalize the name of continents, such as Asia, right? Africa, so on. The names of mountains, like Mount Everest. So in this case, you see, not only the name itself, which is Everest, but also the title Mount, or the word Mount, okay? Mount Everest. Or the Himalayan mountains. If we said the Himalayan mountains, we would have to capitalize not the word the, because it's not part of the title, but we would have to capitalize the H in Himalayan and the M in mountains. All right? Bodies of water, such as the Atlantic Ocean. Once again, we see the A in Atlantic, which is the name, has to be capitalized, but also the O in the word ocean. Similarly, for Mediterranean Sea, the M and the S, or Lake Ontario, the L and the O. So things like that. You have to capitalize both parts. Languages are always capitalized in English. So when you write the word English, you need to capitalize the E. If you write the language name Vietnamese, you would also capitalize it. All right? Nationalities are capitalized in English, unlike in French, for example. So nationalities, Brazilian. So we capitalize the B. So if you write the sentence, I am Brazilian, you would capitalize the I because it's the first word in the sentence, and also because the word I is always capitalized. We'll learn about that in another lesson. And the B in Brazilian because it's a nationality. We also capitalize the names of companies. So for example, Nokia, we would capitalize the N, the first letter. Also, when we talk about brand names, brand is the product that the company produces, right? For example, Coca-Cola or Pepsi. So in Pepsi, we would capitalize the P. Now, generally, the brand names, the first name, the first letter in the name is capitalized. There are always exceptions. For example, a popular exception is the iPhone. And the I here, even though it's the first letter, is not actually capitalized. The P is capitalized. Why is that? Well, they just want it to be different, right? So that's an exception, really. But generally speaking, we would capitalize the first letter of a brand name. All right? So these are some capitalization rules. I know there are many of them. Try to practice them as much as you can. And if you'd like to do a quiz on this, please visit our website at www.ingvid.com. You'll find a quiz on this as well as many other videos and quizzes which you can do to improve your English. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.